interestingly, I haven't heard your immediate reaction and that of the Sheikh, Chief Imam, I should say, since the passage of this particular bill. Really, your initial reaction, at least you were pushing for this to be passed. He must be a happy man today, is he?
I mean, definitely, and I can say without any equivocation that the Chief Imam is gleefully joyful about the passing of this bill, because he has been fully briefed about what we are going through respect to the involvement of this LGBT phenomenon in our country and the attempt to really universalize it and make it something normal and something acceptable in our, and somebody who is the leader of the Muslims in this country, he could not actually give any support to such matter to be allowed, because for us it's a moral issue. It's something that also it goes to the very heart of the protection of the family which in the Muslim understanding of things is the property of God. It is the smallest unit of society into which every single human being is born. A family, to form the family, you need a man and a woman to come together. They give birth to children. And so the progeny and generations that are come are all formulated and all protected and nurtured within the context of family. So within the Islamic perspective, as for the Chief Imam, any practice that seeks to undermine the survival of the family must truly be condemned. For us, it is reprehensible, abominable, and objectionable. That is the point. So Chief Imam is so happy because he has already given his word to his right honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin, when he visited him in his house. He told him that he must use his leadership to ensure that this if you like, for want of the anti-gay bill must be passed. And through his words, and so we are happy, and great applause and commendation to the 275 members of Parliament. They have proven to us that beyond the politics, we can depend and rely on them to preserve the purity of our cultural and traditional values. And I think that my good friend George there, in spite of my disagreement with him on a number of issues, for this one, he receives my greatest commendation, and I think I cannot resist the desire to tell him in the face that, look, he has done well. I have listened to him at the level of the UN, and he has remained consistent on how he feels about this matter. And his leadership in this matter is something that worth our applause. So, George, if you are listening to me, great job.
I can see how big his head is swollen too, but really, we'll get to him shortly on that. But how can the Chief Imam be a happy man when you've heard concerns raised about this particular bill, or once passed or assented to, or this particular law, violating the fundamental human rights of a certain group of people? I thought he was a father for all.
The issue we are dealing with, I think we need to contextualize this discussion very well. We are not talking about the human right of the violation of somebody's human right, but that we are talking about something that threatens the very survival of society. And any law, and laws are made for people. Democracy is human-centered. It is for the benefit and the survival of society that we enact democracy and our laws. So any law that is put in place, or any principle of democracy that undermines the very survival and purity of the family, it means it is injurious to the very survival of our society. That is why it should not be viewed as just a mere academic exercise. Indeed, it's not an academic issue. It is not a human rights issue, but it's about the survival. And so any law that is harmful to society, society must really think together within our wisdom. And that is what also identifies us and distinguishes us from other nations. You can go to the UN declaration of their destiny, and you see how the issue of the family has so been emphasized. It's still been emphasized. And I think that as we go on, we can make reference to those provisions of the universal human rights issues that has to do with the family and the right and the responsibility of nations to protect their family and their family values.